What do you think about the new van?
It's pretty cool out here.
Pretty cool out here. Do you like it better than the old van?
Oh, yes.
If you guys are tired of van life and RV transit and Sprinter conversions, you're gonna wanna watch this video. Today, we're gonna be talking about how we're gonna convert this Transit 148 mid-roof into the ultimate mountain bike and moto mover with a little bit of space to bring the crew and our camera gear. So buckle up, we're gonna go for a ride. Welcome everyone. So for those unfamiliar, Loam Wolf is primarily a mountain bike, e-mountain bike, and a little bit of dirt bike media outlet, and that will be the focus and goal with our van build. We're not living out of it, we're not van lifing full time. So the primary goal is gonna be moving people, gear, equipment, as well as lots of bikes on our trips and film projects. So with that said, the list of things to do on this van is long. Everything from a lift and wheels and tires to, most importantly, getting the interior ready to go. This was a Transit mid-roof 148 cargo van. Unfortunately, Ford stopped making the crew van, which was a real bummer. But we've already got the floor and the seats mounted. So let's get into the rest of the build so far and where we're headed. So first up, obviously being that this was a cargo van, it was empty and very echoey. We were lucky enough to have neighbors across the street, being Swell Van Company, and we've been seeing their vans coming and going for quite a while, and they all looked really awesome. When we got the van, we walked over there and started talking to them and found out that they actually offer things called a DIY kit, and it's a do-it-yourself kit, right? And they've taken all their years of experience in custom van building and now offering sort of a plug-and-play kit that is prefabbed cut. You can pick your materials, your color, upholstery, whatever you want to do, and they will make it and ship it to you. Or if you want to drive out to Bend, Oregon, you can go pick it up. So that being said, we kind of went through the build out process. Before that happened, we laid down some insulation, ran our wiring for the lights. They did all the cutout work for these recessed LED lights, and the floors are all CNC cut, and that's kind of where we started our build project. Well, folks, we are now inside Swell Van Company with the owner, founder, Seth.
So our DIY kits are made here in-house, and we make everything from the very beginning of your conversion process down to the very end. So unlike other places, we have built out vans before from the very start to the very end, and we'd like to provide a full range of products that can get you there. And so you can work with us for just a small piece or the full sort of DIY kit as a package. And yeah, we'd like to guide you through each one of those options that you have available, from the finishes on your DIY kit to the cabinetry, bed, any of the elements that we make in-house here. We can talk you through each one of the choices you can make with us.
All right, so the foundational block, right? And like you said, I guess people can get the full top to bottom DIY kit or just certain aspects that they don't want to take on in their own build. First up is the floor. So talk to us about what we're looking at right here.
Yeah, so you're getting, floor, wall, ceiling, and a couple other elements like our bed platform. And with the floor, this is honestly the easiest way we've been able to design a floor that pops in. It comes in 3 panels. It's a sandwiched OSB with 1 inch of polyiso foam. So you're getting maximal insulation that's going to fit right into the grooves, the corrugations of your van's steel floor. So it's really easy to install, a super solid platform for you to build on from there. Okay. And it comes with a lot of nifty features, like it's got some screw holes already in there for you to just know where can I screw into the floor if I want to do that. And like I said, just pops right in place. And then as well as with this is you're getting the metal trim pieces that are trimming out your sliding door, the front and the rear. Those look fantastic, powder coated in steel. And then you're going to get a top floor, which isn't pictured here, but that's your choice of the 3 kind of different options we use. You glue that in place, and then your floor is done. I mean, it really is just night and day from a process of DIYing it yourself without that help. Mm-hmm. You could get this done in an afternoon, a day at most, whereas, usually this takes quite a while to figure out those shapes.
So moving from the floor, let's get into, I guess, the rest of the kit, right? It comes with insulation, 3M Thinsulate, is that right?
Thinsulate, it's already pre-cut, again, to the exact shapes that you're working with in the van.
Okay.
And so you can just plug that in there and
Just stuff it in all the nooks and crannies, and then after that, let's take a look at what the panels will look like.
So on this cart, we're ready to load up your wall and ceiling paneling, as well as some of the trim pieces we've designed for the rear column area. This is one of the options we have if you want to cover that rear archway, which has kind of a lot of holes in it. It doesn't look as good. Okay. But obviously, again, everything's CNC cut, so it's going to fit very precisely inside the van. And you're seeing where after we've upholstered these panels, you can poke your bolts through the holes that are located in pre-existing hole locations in your van. Okay. So it's just a matter of getting, I don't know, something like 75 rib nuts installed throughout the vehicle, and then it's going to translate into a lot easier install. Just a hand tool and those bolts, and you can get them in a matter of, like I said, hours. Overall, our products are really well designed. So there's an eye to the user experience of someone putting it together at home. Mm-hmm. It's not just, oh, we've put this shape together here. Good luck on your journey, no support. So you're getting good support from us as well. Okay. And then, the way that the products interact together, they're really well integrated. Okay. So I think there's a difference in, just some of the other offerings, like that might just kind of not go to that same length. Okay. And we looked at some of the products out there on the market. There's a couple other bed platforms. We just didn't like how they functioned, how they worked. We wanted more features out of it, and so we, redesigned that. And that's been, through everything we've built here is that same focus to how is it designed and is that going to work well down the road for you and be something that you're going to actually enjoy to put together, right? Like not just hit your head against the wall because I got it done in the end, but like actually enjoy the process.
Okay. Right on, man. So as far as the kit timeline, fabrication, and assembly goes, how long does it take before someone gets on the site, does a build, gets a quote from you, and it's getting put together and shipped out?
Yeah, we like to be as quick as we can on that, and that's usually about a 2 to 3 week kind of turnaround from getting in touch with us and getting your order in. Okay. So, it is going to depend kind of on the schedule, and maybe in the summer season it might be a little bit higher volume of orders coming in, but usually we can get to your project pretty quickly. Okay. I would just suggest reaching out, earlier into your process if you can. And there's lots of reasons to do that besides getting ahead on the schedule. We can help guide folks on what to look for, what other things you might have to order, and generally like your kind of order of operations. I think that's part of like what things do I do first, and that's something we can just talk through together.
Cool, well thanks very much. And where can people head to learn more or get a quote and do a sample build out, see what it looks like? Yeah,
head to our website, AresWell, that's ARESWELL.com.
Okay. All right.
And we're also on Instagram, you can check us out there.
Okay. So now that you've met Seth, heard a little bit about Swell Van Co. and the DIY kits, most importantly, what does it take to get this done and what do you get, right? So essentially where we're at right now is we've got the trim pieces in, and what's hiding this, actually, if you look in here, is a really nice piece of foam that is all cut to go over all the ribs of the flooring. On top of that is a top floor and then this lawn seal coin treatment up top. And basically running all the way up through, what was awesome is that we were able to design where we wanted our L-track spacing place. We worked with Freedom Coast to get some L-track as well as some really cool bike rack holders. We can put tie downs for moving motos. There goes one of my helpers. And so we are able to really minimize time. So getting the flooring down was super easy because it was cut exactly for the van. It was literally just a matter of mounting it into the van and then drilling through the spots that were already pre-drilled and marked, where we knew there were no fuel lines, no electrical, anything else for us to damage beneath the van, which was really cool. The guys at Swell Van Co. already drilled out our holes for these LED lights, which is gonna be great. And from what we've seen, them and lots of other van builders use these same lights, so we'll link them down below, but we just got a couple more left and then we'll start putting in these ceiling panels. So we're a little over halfway in installing our ceiling panels. Thought this would be a good time to show you just what it looks like finished and what the panels look like. Obviously we showed you earlier what it's like picking up the DIY kit from Swell Van Co., or if you were to have it shipped to you. You know, all these pieces are upholstered. You can get them finished or select your upholstery color. This one is, and all of them are pre-cut, but this particular panel is pre-cut for a ceiling fan, which we will be installing at some point in the near future. But yeah, we're gonna button up the last couple of panels and then we will have the ceiling done. After that, we'll get to the walls and work our way down to the floor. So what's really cool about these kits is that they already know all the best places to attach hardware, and they pre-drill all the holes for you. So once you get it up and you've got your little rib nuts or nut certs inserted, you just got to go through and plug the holes. Essentially where you see it right now, right? The flooring took just probably a couple of hours to do. Their kit comes with the industrial adhesive that you spread out and put down. Getting the seats mounted took a little bit of time just to find the right places and get the plates in there and all that. And then honestly, running the wiring took probably a couple of hours. Obviously everything runs a little longer when you got a little kid running around, because you got to stop and push a swing every 30 seconds. So ultimately though, once we started getting all these panels hung, I think if you've, if you're halfway competent with tools, and especially if you've got another hand around, 8 to 10 hours, and you'll have a really amazing start on your van build and be leaps and bounds ahead, right? Like you'll still be like pulling out power tools and sawing and cutting stuff, whereas we're at a spot now where we're like, we could hop in and go drive and people would think this thing's almost finished. So what does almost done mean? Well, it could mean a lot of things for a lot of people. For us, obviously, we've still got a little bit of wiring left to run. We're waiting on a ceiling fan from Dometic. Dometic also hooked us up with a really awesome fridge, which is gonna help keep our leftovers, drinks, and snacks very cool and refreshed on the road. Also getting a really cool power bank system from them, combined with some Zamp solar panels so that we can charge our camera gear, laptops, e-bikes, all that sort of stuff while we're out on the road or doing big film projects. Outside of that, we've got a few panels left to fill out around the window there. Little odds and ends. We got several more of these Freedom Coast bike racks that mount to their really awesome and slick L-track. They also have some fork mount options, which are really cool and have some offsets. So we might do a combination of these new hover racks as well as their fork mounts. That way we can fit even more bikes in here when we're doing big trips and have to move a lot of bikes long distances. And then beyond that, we're gonna get into some of the more performance exterior side of things. We're gonna be doing a Van Compass 2.0 lift, Method wheels, and some tires. And that actually reminds me, if you guys are looking for a set of wheels, could be for your truck, your van, whatever else, Method is offering our fans and followers a 20% off discount code. We'll link that down below. But essentially, if you just check out method.com/the Loam Wolf, you can go check out and get a 20% off code. So we'll link that down below and hope you guys enjoy that. So stay tuned for the rest of the build. Of course, if you have any questions, suggestions, or thoughts, if you guys have any products, I've been driving Econolines for the last, 15 years. So this whole world is new to me, and it is incredibly expensive how much all this van stuff is. So if you guys have any recommendations or brands that you think make really cool stuff in this world, I would love to hear it, test it, review it, or use it. So thank you guys very much. Don't forget to leave a comment. We'll see you out on the roads and trails.